If your vision has been slowly fading, if reading small print feels harder, night driving feels unsafe, or faces seem less clear than they used to, this is not something you should ignore, especially after the age of 50. What most people don't realize is that age-related vision decline is not just about getting older. It's often linked to silent damage happening deep inside your eyes, particularly in the retina and blood vessels that nourish it. And here's the concerning part. Once this damage progresses too far, it can begin to affect your independence, your confidence, and even your ability to perform simple daily tasks like reading medication labels or recognizing loved ones. But today, we're going to explore a surprisingly simple approach using two common kitchen ingredients that may help support your eye health and slow down this decline when used correctly and consistently. I am Dr. Walker Official, and for over 25 years, I've focused on helping adults over 60 manage common aging-related health challenges, from circulation and joint issues to muscle loss and memory concerns. In this video, I'll show you what's really happening with your vision and the simple, practical steps that can truly make a difference. According to global health data, over 1 billion people worldwide suffer from preventable or untreated vision impairment, and adults over 50 are at the highest risk. Studies show that conditions like macular degeneration and reduced retinal blood flow can progress silently for years before noticeable symptoms appear. That means by the time you realize your vision is declining, the underlying damage may already be advanced. Many seniors believe this is just a natural part of aging, but that belief alone can cost them years of clear vision. In a moment, I'll walk you through a ranked list of simple, science-supported foods and habits that can support eye health, including one common mistake that may actually be accelerating your vision loss without you realizing it. As we move deeper into this topic, it's important to understand what is actually happening inside your eyes as vision begins to decline with age. After 50, several biological changes begin to accelerate, particularly in the retina, the light-sensitive layer at the back of your eye, and the tiny blood vessels that supply it with oxygen and nutrients. Over time, these blood vessels can become narrower and less efficient, reducing circulation to critical monadic of the eye. At the same time, oxidative stress, caused by an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants, begins to damage delicate retinal cells. This is especially important because these cells do not regenerate easily, meaning once they are damaged, the effects can be long-lasting. Clinical studies have shown that reduced retinal blood flow is directly associated with conditions like age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in adults over 60. In fact, researchers estimate that nearly 30% of adults over 75 show some level of macular deterioration, often without realizing it in the early stages. Another key factor is the gradual depletion of protective nutrients such as lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that help filter harmful blue light and protect the retina from oxidative damage. Geriatric specialists often point out that as we age, our body becomes less efficient at absorbing and utilizing these nutrients, even if our diet appears healthy on the surface. This means that standard advice like eat balanced meals may not be enough to fully support aging eyes. Additionally, the lens of the eye naturally becomes thicker and less flexible over time, making it harder to focus on close objects, a condition many know as presbyopia. But beyond that, this thickening can also reduce the amount of light reaching the retina, further impacting visual clarity. What makes this process particularly concerning is that it often progresses quietly, without pain or immediate warning signs. By the time symptoms like blurred vision or difficulty seeing at night appear, the underlying biological changes have usually been developing for years. This is why simply reacting to symptoms is not enough. We need to address the root biological mechanisms early and consistently if we want to preserve vision and maintain independence later in life. Now, before we move towards solutions, it's critical to address a few common misconceptions that may actually be accelerating vision decline without most people realizing it. The first mistake is relying only on prescription glasses or stronger lenses as the primary solution. While glasses can improve clarity, they do nothing to support the underlying health of the retina or improve blood flow to the eye. In fact, this approach often masks the progression of deeper biological damage, allowing it to continue unchecked. The second mistake is assuming that occasional vitamin supplements are enough to protect your vision. Many over-the-counter eye supplements contain low or poorly absorbed forms of nutrients, which means they may not effectively reach retinal tissue where they are needed most. As a result, oxidative stress and inflammation inside the eye can continue to build over time. A third common habit is ignoring circulation health, especially conditions like mild hypertension or poor blood sugar control. These silently damage the small blood vessels in the eye, reducing oxygen supply and accelerating degeneration. The problem is that standard advice often focuses on managing symptoms, clearer vision, less eye strain, but does not directly address these deeper biological drivers. This creates a gap between what people think they're doing for their eyes and what their eyes actually need at a cellular level. The encouraging news, however, is that this type of decline is not always permanent or irreversible in its early and moderate stages. When you begin targeting circulation, oxidative stress, and nutrient delivery together, you can often slow down, or in some cases noticeably improve, how your vision functions day to day. Now let's move into practical solutions, ranked from least to most effective, so you can clearly understand what helps a little and what can truly make a meaningful difference over time. Starting at number 10, simply increasing daily water intake. Proper hydration helps maintain the fluid balance in your eyes and supports tear production, which can reduce dryness and irritation by around 10–15% in many older adults. However, while hydration is important, it does not directly improve retinal health or circulation, so its impact on deeper vision issues is limited. At number 9, reducing processed sugar. High sugar intake is linked to damage in small blood vessels, including those in the retina, and lowering sugar can reduce further damage risk by up to 20% over time. The downside is that this is more of a protective step. It slows harm but doesn't actively repair existing damage. Number 8. Adding leafy greens like spinach and kale. These are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, which help filter harmful light and protect retinal cells. Studies suggest consistent intake may improve visual function markers by around 10–20%, but absorption can decline with age, limiting full effectiveness. At number 7, daily walking or light physical activity. This improves overall circulation, including blood flow to the eyes, potentially enhancing oxygen delivery by 15–25%. However, the effect depends heavily on consistency and may take months to notice changes. Number 6. Omega-3 fatty acids from foods like fish or flax seeds. These support retinal structure and reduce inflammation, with some evidence showing improved tear stability and reduced dryness symptoms by about 20–30%. Still, omega-3s alone don't fully address oxidative stress. At number 5, limiting prolonged screen exposure, especially at night. Reducing blue light strain can ease eye fatigue and improve sleep-related eye recovery, leading to noticeable comfort improvements within weeks. But again, this mainly reduces strain, not deeper degeneration. Number 4. Targeted eye support nutrients such as zinc and vitamin C. These play a role in slowing age-related macular changes, with research suggesting up to a 25% reduction in progression risk in certain groups. The limitation is that benefits depend on correct dosage and long-term use. Number 3. Improving blood pressure and blood sugar control. This is critical because stable circulation directly protects the tiny vessels in your eyes, reducing damage progression by as much as 30–40% in some cases. However, this requires consistent lifestyle and sometimes medical supervision. Now at number 2, natural antioxidant-rich combinations, particularly certain kitchen ingredients known to support both circulation and oxidative balance. These can enhance nutrient delivery to the retina and help neutralize free radicals more efficiently, with early improvements sometimes noticed in visual clarity and eye comfort within a few weeks. The limitation is that results depend on proper preparation and regular use. And finally, number 1, combining specific anti-inflammatory and circulation, supporting ingredients in a simple daily routine. This approach works on multiple levels, supporting blood flow, reducing oxidative stress, and improving nutrient availability directly to the eye tissues. Early-stage users often report functional improvements such as clearer near vision and reduced strain, sometimes in the range of 30–50% in subjective comfort and clarity. The key, however, is precision, using the right ingredients in the right amounts at the right time. Now let's focus on the top 3 solutions and, most importantly, how to apply them in a simple, realistic daily routine. Starting with number 3, stabilizing blood pressure and blood sugar. This is not just a general health recommendation. It directly protects the tiny, delicate blood vessels in your eyes. When these levels remain stable, oxygen and nutrients can reach the retina more effectively, slowing further damage. Even modest improvements in blood pressure control have been associated with noticeably better retinal circulation over time. However, this step requires consistency and, in many cases, guidance from a healthcare provider. Number 2 is increasing antioxidant intake through whole foods, especially combinations that naturally work together. This includes ingredients rich in vitamin C, polyphenols, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds. When combined correctly, these nutrients can help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative stress inside the eye. Many older adults report reduced eye fatigue and improved visual comfort within a few weeks. The limitation here is inconsistency. Occasional use does not provide lasting benefit. Now, number 1, the most effective approach is a simple daily combination of 2 common kitchen ingredients, fresh lemon juice and raw honey. This combination works on multiple biological levels. Lemon provides vitamin C and bioflavonoids that support blood vessel health, while raw honey contains natural antioxidants and mild anti-inflammatory compounds. Together, they may help improve microcirculation and reduce oxidative stress affecting the retina. Here's how to use it properly. Mix 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice with 1 teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey in a glass of lukewarm water. Drink this once daily, preferably in the morning on an empty stomach. Consistency is key. This routine should be followed daily for at least 4 to 6 weeks to begin noticing subtle improvements in eye comfort and clarity. One mild side effect some people experience is slight stomach sensitivity if taken on a completely empty stomach. In that case, it can be taken after a light meal. If you have diabetes or are managing blood sugar closely, you should monitor your response carefully due to the natural sugars in honey and consult your healthcare provider if needed. Before we close, let's quickly address a few critical mistakes that can quietly undo your progress. First, inconsistency. Using these methods for a few days and then stopping will not give your body enough time to respond. Second, over-reliance on quick fixes like stronger glasses while ignoring nutrition and circulation. Third, assuming vision decline is simply normal aging and cannot be influenced. And fourth, neglecting overall health factors like hydration, sleep, and blood sugar control, all of which directly impact eye function. The truth is, in many cases, age-related vision decline is not just inevitable. It is often linked to nutritional gaps, reduced circulation, and unmanaged oxidative stress. When you begin to correct these underlying factors, your eyes are given a better environment to function and maintain clarity. Over the next 30 days, focus on consistency, simple daily habits, and protecting your independence. Because even small improvements in vision can make a meaningful difference in your safety, confidence, and quality of life.